Good morning, dear Dhamma brothers and sisters. It's good to be with you once again, this Sunday morning. And as with the rest of the Buddhist community, we are very actively preparing for the full moon day of the Vesak month, which we call Vesak Day. So it is my honor, actually, to be invited here to share some Dhamma as we head towards the full moon day of Vesak. So today, I've asked to share this topic, living with a meaningful life. And of course, with purpose and fulfillment. As brother mentioned, I am retired. But after retirement, I was asked to go back and work with my ex-boss in another organization. But after that, I felt that I really enjoyed the freedom, to study Dhamma and to practice and to contribute, to the community through different activities. But when I meet up with my ex-schoolmates, which is once in a while, we will get together. And sometimes I ask this very, very close friend of mine, what do you do? Because he's also retired. And then he said, well, I don't know. When I wake up, I decide what to do. Maybe I'll go for a walk. Maybe I'll walk to the shops, nearby to have some breakfast. Every day is very open. Then I decide what to do for lunch. I might go out, then I might take a nap, whatever, So every day is very, very open, to him, and he's free to decide what he wants to do. And I said to him, wow, I wish I had that type of freedom, because I am constantly, having to prepare, having to meet, having to discuss things with people. And so although officially I am retired, I still do lead quite an active life. And today I was very happy to have a free Sunday to come and meet everyone here, and share some Dhamma. So when we look at a wholesome, meaningful life, we should examine this word meaning, because meaning is also very much connected with another word, which is purpose. And when our lives have meaning and purpose, we have what is called fulfillment. And that fulfillment is a sense of deep satisfaction. We have done things that have benefited ourselves and others. So today I would like to share my thoughts with you, and if you would like to, please also comment on it at the end of the talk. So let's look at what's important to us. Do we have, as Buddhists, this part will be in two directions. One, I will look at a meaningful life generally. What does it mean to be a human being that wants to live meaningfully? And another direction will be, since we are here in a Buddhist environment, I will very quietly try to push you towards a Buddhist meaningful existence. So I will have to warn you first, about what I'm going to do. So, what's life? Is there a purpose in life? Is there meaning in life? Actually, when you consider it, and to prepare for this talk, I went to many different websites, and I came to the conclusion, my dear friends, life is meaningless. It's true. When you think about it, like my ex, schoolmate, he doesn't have meaning in his life. Every morning, every time he wakes up, he reinvents himself. Like, today I will do this, today I will do that. If nobody calls me, then I will do something else. So he doesn't have a set plan. He doesn't have a kind of a direction. And that is the way with every single human being on this planet. There is no meaning to their lives. That is, unless and until we decide it is not meaningless. There are, of course, people who believe we are part of a grand plan. And they will come and approach you. Be part of the grand plan. You know, the Creator has a great vision for where we want to go, etc., etc., etc. But when we really think about it, and we see what is happening in the world, it's hard, personally, for me to accept that it's all planned for us. Yeah, there is a direction, there is a map. I really find it very unconvincing. Yeah, when people try to tell me, oh, there's this great plan, we are created for this, we are created for that, and in the end we are supposed to, have all these things happen. We need to create our own meaning. We need to decide where we want to go and how we, as human beings with thinking mind, how we are going to go about achieving it. But others, of course, they have no meaning, so they are just go with the flow, as the saying goes. When this thing happens, they will do it. When that happens, they will do that. Or they wait for others to give them direction. But as Buddhists, not just followers, we are disciples of the Buddha, we should think carefully, about this question of meaning and purpose. And as I've mentioned, it's run a little bit. Buddhists do not accept that there is a grand plan. Human beings actually live according to their desires. They wake up, what do I like to do? What do I want to do? What pleases me? Okay, I will do it. So the undisputed reality, what is really true in life, is that all beings experience birth, old age, and death. It's waiting for us. There is no escape to this. The minute we are born, we are heading towards the end. That is a fact of existence. Right. I was listening to a talk by my ex-Dhamma school principal, Venerable Gunaratana. He lives in the US. But when I was young, I was sent to the Sunday Dhamma school in Vihara, Brickfields, and he was our principal at that time. But only for a short time for myself, because after that, he left to go to the US. I was listening to one of his talks, and he said, it's very common for when people die to ascertain, to find out what is the cause of death. So he says, sometimes when we are not sure, the coroner will come, the doctor will come and examine. The coroner sometimes will cut open the body, and he says, the cause of death is actually cancer. Or this man was shot. Or this person was hit on the head, or whatever, or poison, there are many, many ways that we can die. But Bhante eventually said, they are all not getting the right picture, because the cause of death is birth. The minute we are born, there is going to be an eventual death. So we have to see it in this way. Because that was what the Buddha wanted us to understand. So in between birth and death, we do the best we can. So there are various degrees of enjoyment. Human beings head towards enjoyment very naturally. And at the same time, while we are looking for enjoyment, we face many, many challenges. In our country here is very, very peaceful. But in other parts of the world, it's not so peaceful. When I was teaching, I had this girl from the Middle East. She came in and then she joined us. And there was one assignment. She talked about her experiences at home. She said there was one day she had to run away from the place where she lived. And before that, the bombs all started falling onto her neighborhood. And she said all she could do was crawl under the bed, on the first floor of her building and just hope that no bombs will fall onto her roof, because that would mean the entire house will be destroyed. So she just prayed and hoped and all that. And eventually when the bomb stopped, the father moved everybody. They had to pay money to get away, and eventually she landed up in Malaysia, whom she said is actually very, very peaceful. It's a very, very quiet and safe country, relative to where she came from. So our environment is not like that. We are not worried about being shot at. We are not worried about, being bombed. There was a time when one of my lecturers, he was sent to study in New York. He said when he arrived in this American city, the people said to him, when you walk on the road, don't walk too close to the road. He said, why? Because they will drive up, they will pull you into the car, and then they will mug you. I said, okay, I don't stand. Then he said, don't stand too near to the shops. He said, why? Because people in the shops will pull you in and mug you. So, very dangerous. So I will stand in the middle. Then he said, as you walk in the middle, you got to look up. He said, why? Because people up there will throw things down on your head, So he concluded this city was a very, very dangerous city. So as we go through life, we don't think about the unsavory or the unhappy parts. Because many human beings, they don't know better. They just want to get on day after day, And for us, it's quite comfortable. So we look forward to year after year. We celebrate Chinese New Year. We celebrate the Western New Year. We look forward to having travel and a vacation here and there. That's part of our yearly calendar. So we are satisfied, and year after year, we add one more candle onto the birthday cake, right? And then we are horrified. Wow, so many candles, but that is the nature, the fact of life. So there are some wise ones who understand that this is real. There is no getting away from adding candles to the birthday cake, and look for a way to live more meaningfully, so that their lives will account for something. What will people remember us for at the end of our lives? They do not accept that beings must live the same way that all other living beings have lived. Therefore, they look for purpose. And it is this purpose that makes our life different from each other. Here's a great man, Sir Winston Churchill. He was the Prime Minister of the UK during the Second World War, and he said, and this has resonated with me, it's not enough to have lived. Just live, not enough. We should be determined to live for something. It's important that there is a purpose to our life. Because as we know, as Buddhists, we understand human life is very, very rare. But we don't actually see it. The other day I was listening to a video where this speaker, ex-nun, she's actually British, but she was a nun in the Power Out tradition for 10 years. Then she came home disrobed, She said there is a simile, and she was explaining this simile, the simile of the cow. Have you heard this simile before? It's quite interesting. It says that cows are usually kept in an enclosure. And in the morning, the farmer will open the gate, and the cows will all start to go out. Because they want to find food, they are hungry, throughout the night they didn't eat, so they will try their best to be the first one out. And this is a very interesting simile because it is the same way that our minds behave at the time of our death. We have a lot of cows, and these cows are called karma. They are karmic energies that are stored in our vijnana, consciousness. So at the time of the death, the cows want to go out. And the cow that is the first to go out will have an impact on our next life. Yeah, it is what you call last stop moment. So, the chances that we will have a good cow and not a bad cow to influence the next birth is if we fill this life, yeah, with good cows. That means all the good cows are near the entrance, and the bad cows, if there are any, are opened up, and they are maybe in the back, yeah, not so near to the gate. So this simile of the cow, I found it very interesting, yeah, and I like to share it with you, because if we understand that, then our lives will be meaningful in the way that we are always looking for positive, wholesome, and good inputs into our mind. And to do that, we need mindfulness. Yeah, if we are mindful, it means that we are careful about what we think, about what we do, how we interact, yeah, with other people. So that is Winston Churchill. Yeah, and in life, many of the human beings, they take life like that, yeah, as though they are in prison. You know, one, and then take. And then day after day, month after month, year after year, yeah, and suddenly they realize, oh, I'm already old. Yeah. So it's sad, yeah, not to be conscious of the fact that these days, these hours, these minutes, these moments are slipping by, and many people do not know what to do. Yeah, so my dear friends, if we look around at our relatives, yeah, the people that we know very well, yeah, our friends out there, they are not so keen to come on a Sunday morning to listen to something worthwhile. Yeah, they have other things to do. And if you invite them to come to this hall in Babs, yeah, they will think that you are trying to make them suffer. Yeah, you know, because I had, even in school, I had really good friends, yeah, that I did everything with except go to the temple. Then they asked me, why you go to temple? I said, yeah, there's so many things to learn. So one day, a few of them dropped by, you know, they came, they walked around, they saw me sitting in the shrine hall, listening to talk. Yeah, they stood outside, and then they decided it was not interesting, they went off. Yeah, but these are people that I dearly, you know, love, and they are part of my life, but they just cannot share that aspect, yeah, of my life. So our humans' life, when we start taking it in this way, they are limited. So how do we make every day count? So here is the question. The question is, what gives meaning to our lives? For that, I turned to late Chief, yeah, my teacher, and he said, yeah, in one of his books, the important point about life is that we have it. We are already here, and therefore we must make the best use of life. This indeed is the great value of life. Many people, however, lead narrow, unhappy, and depressed lives because they do not know how to make the best use of life. Yeah, isn't that true? They spend most of their time worrying and struggling for survival, working like slaves and confronting enormous problems and hindrances. We spend more energy in the battlefield fighting for survival, fighting for power, fighting for gain, fighting for name, fighting for pleasure, and fighting to be free from danger. Occasionally, we do gain a little bit of momentary emotional satisfaction, but every pleasure inevitably ends with suffering. So this is the late Chief. Yeah, I'm sure many of you met and know him, yeah, and his words still ring, you know, with great clarity, yeah, in our minds. So let me share with you a few ideas. To me, life is meaningful when we have dreams, when our life has purpose, and it is inspired by the need to serve others. Yeah, not just serve ourselves, of course, we look after ourselves, but also other people. So therefore, to have dreams is to have goals and purposes. And we must look at ourselves to identify what is our real purpose, yeah, in this life. Dreams that we have inspire and sustain us. in achieving our life's purpose. They drive us forward. Because without the dreams, we are just wandering in the circles. So actually, human beings have a natural inclination to help others. I'll show you some Western experiments that they have conducted to support this statement. We want the best for ourselves and other beings. So when we serve others, it transforms us, making it more meaningful and fulfilling. Serving others empowers us, and we do learn valuable lessons in gratitude, empathy, and compassion. And therefore, this elevates us as human beings. I'm sure you know him. This is another person whom, I read about, to get some kind of direction from him. The late Prime Minister of Singapore, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. He said, and this is important to understand, even due to the fact that he was talking to Singaporeans. He said to them, if all you have is material success, and you don't have a sense of the aesthetic, what is beautiful, what is nice, what is good, or of the spiritual. He was pointing them towards a spiritual direction, a sense of being part of the community, of courtesy, compassion. Then he said to them, something is missing. Isn't that direct? He was a very direct person. So the words of the late Mr. Lee Kuan Yew. So I share with you, it's a bit small, but I will describe what happened. And why I say it is natural for human beings to want to help others, to actually help others. There's this experiment, and you can read it, I found it in the Journal of Experimental Child Psychology. This is what they did. They gathered a group of toddlers, about 18 months, 1 year plus, and they were still wearing Pampers and all that, And they put them in a room, and they were doing their own thing. And then the psychologist, the experimenter, came in with a lot of clothes pegs. They clip the clothes. And then he pretended to be very clumsy. And as he was holding the pegs, some of them dropped onto the ground. So this group of toddlers, 18 months, not very old, they looked up naturally. And some of them crawled, and some of them tried their best to walk towards this man, pick up the clothes bag and handed it back to him. But before they do that, they eye him. They look at him very carefully. Was he doing this purposely? So some of them decided that he was doing it purposely. Ignore him. But those who decided that this is, he needs help, they automatically came, small, 18 months, automatically came to help him. Pick it up, give it back to put it back onto his arms. So this experiment, there's a lot written about it here, but they came to the conclusion that human beings, since young, from young, have this urge to help others. And it's a natural thing. It's not something that, we learn. Even babies that at 18 months naturally feel the urge, the need to help others. So I don't know if you have children or you have grandchildren, keep an eye on them. And then you try to pretend you need help. See whether they help you or not. And chances are, they know you, they love you, they want to help out. They want to do something to make your life more comfortable. So we human beings are like that. And those that do not do anything for others naturally feel very, very lonely. They don't feel that they have connections. And because they don't have connections, they feel lonely. So this is an important thing to understand about us. We are filled, like late Mr. Lee Kuan Yew said, we are filled with all kinds of objectives to make the best of our life. But sometimes we got to listen to that voice inside us that says, go and help others. Go and serve others. Make other people's lives more comfortable. And there are those who listen to that. And when they listen to that, they take action. And it is found that they are usually more happy and more contented in their lives. In the magazine Psychology today, it's rather small, I know. But if you want, I can share this with you. This set of slides. This writer, this is quite recent. It was in 2021. This writer wrote about 10 powerful benefits of living with purpose. And she said, included in that is wealth, health, longevity, and more. So it says here in the key points here in that red box, having a purpose in life could promote your physical health. Isn't that wonderful? When you work for others, you get the benefits from it. Mental health and happiness. So if you have a purpose, and your purpose is to get on in life, and part of it might be to help other living beings, you will feel happier, healthier, and more worthwhile. Don't trust me, trust psychology today. This is what is being written. And they are Westerners, they are not Buddhists. They write about it objectively. So purpose offers a variety of other benefits as well, including, here it says, better sleep. When you spend the day with purpose, you know what you are doing, you will sleep better. So in blue, in this column, I will just quickly read it out. Number 1, the 10 benefits are happiness. Number 2, healthy habits. If you live with purpose, don't just wander here and there. You have stronger personal relationships. You have wealth because you are directed. People with purpose, it's quite easy to see that they enjoy what they are doing because it's their purpose. If you hire, just think about this, if you hire somebody to work for you, and that person works only for the money, right, you can see it in the things that they do. But if this person comes along and is passionate, sees it as their purpose, and they will do it with a lot of interest, they will do it very well. And it's being found, not just by me, but also Western management gurus. If you do it well with enthusiasm, and you like it, you will get ahead in your job faster. It's a fact. I don't have it with me, but I used it to talk to young people. So you will be recognized for the fact, by the fact that you enjoy what you are doing. And because of that, your employer will reward you with a lot of benefits. So then, that's wealth, there's health, there's longevity. That goes to show, if you believe in what you're doing, the Queen Elizabeth, she lived until how old? 90 plus. The Queen Mother, her mother, lived until 100. Of course, they had very good medical attention. But they believed in the role that they were playing for the country. There is better sleep, there is reduced risk of Alzheimer's. Because your mind is always directed, it is not floating. Alzheimer's will find it harder to gain a foothold. You have better mental health, you have better heart health. All from Westerners, Western scientists and psychologists. So the next point I would like to make. Life is meaningful when you live a truly noble life and you live your life according to the highest ideals, your ideals. You find that these are important things to do and you do it. And every day you get a sense of deep satisfaction from doing it. Many years ago, after graduation, I worked in the industry for about 13 to 13 years. Yeah, I was in the corporate life. Yeah, I was doing a lot of corporate branding, also advertising and communications. Yeah, so it was a very hectic life. And so one day I thought, why not? Yeah, I turned my directions to helping people, trying to make them happy and trying to make their lives worthwhile. Yeah, and then after that, I left this corporate life for teaching. Right? In the beginning, it was quite hard. Yeah, but eventually, yeah, because my bosses saw me enjoying it, they put me, in higher positions of authority. Yeah, and so at the end, when I retired, yeah, I found that I had done quite a lot of things, yeah, for my students, yeah, and because I could contribute to them, yeah, it doesn't mean that there wasn't any stress. There was a lot of stress when you lead a school, but I found it very, very satisfying. Yeah, I felt that, I had this chance to help real human beings. I'll tell you about this this girl. She had learning disabilities, and she wanted to study our diploma in interior design. It was a 3-year diploma. Yeah, I looked after a school of design at Taylor's. And she wanted to join us. And my staff, the lecturers, when they met her, they said, "Oh, no, please, let us not accept this girl. She's slow. Yeah, she can't keep pace with the rest of them." Yeah, and it was certified that, yeah, she had learning disabilities. And then I saw, yeah, in her background that her father was an architect. So therefore, what is the worst that could happen? The father will employ her. Yeah. So I said, we accept her, yeah, to some protest. And every year, every semester, I will, even though I'm not directly connected to her, I will check on her progress. And sometimes she could do well, sometimes she could not do well. And it was said that a lot of the other students didn't want to mix with her because, even when group project, they said, "Oh, she will pull us down," and they were only concerned with good marks, etc. Nobody really interested to. But there were a few who were interested to help her. So instead of, because I kept asking, the other lecturers felt that I had an interest in her. Yeah, and encouraged them to help her out. So instead of 3 years, she took a longer time, about 4 years. But when she graduated, I was tremendously happy. Yeah, so I told them, look what you've done to my colleagues, look what you've done, you help her. And eventually she will find a place in the world. Yeah, and it's very easy to be dismissive, because when you're a teacher, you concentrate on good students, because why? Good students make you look good. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, good students make you look good. If you produced in the secondary school somebody with 8 A's, yeah, you feel very, very happy. Yeah, but it is the weak students that really need you, need your expertise, need your care, need your dedication. Yeah. And sometimes as teachers, we forget that. Yeah, we just want the good students so that we can brag about them, right? So the highest ideals, as spiritual people, we follow precepts that train us to be better. So the Buddha's teachings understands this, our human potential. The Buddha taught us, do good, avoid evil, purify the mind. Sabba papasa akaranang. That means do not do things that are not good. Kusalasa upasampada. Do that which really is good for you. Sachitta pariyodapanang. Purify the mind. This is the advice of all the Buddhas. Every single Buddha that comes will teach the same thing. Yeah. So many people are waiting for the next Buddha. Do you know the next Buddha? Yeah. Next Buddha is Maitreya. So many people are waiting, right? So my principal, Venerable Gunaratana said, so why you wait for Maitreya? You mean Gautama is lower class? The teachings of Buddha Gautama is still here. No need to wait. Practice now. Study now. You don't have to actually wait another few more, I think, million years, for the Buddha Maitreya to come. Right? And we should not waste our precious time as human beings, and therefore, we live virtuous, noble, and harmless life while helping those in need. Okay? So, late Chief also said this. What are the humane qualities that give rise to dignity and nobility? They are based on moral, ethical, intellectual, and spiritual norms which we human beings, the wise human beings, they treasure these type of qualities and behaviors. So, and late Chief explained that the word manusa, in Malay, manusia, the Pali word manusa, made up of two words, is mana, which is mind, and usa, can develop. So human beings are beings with mind that can be developed. We are not like animals. Animals, very simple mind. I got this cat, this very fat cat. I go to the supermarket, I bring back one cardboard box, put it there, very happy already. He will go to the box, scratch, go and sleep there, peep out of the box, and look very, very happy. Then after that, when he's finished scratching, I go supermarket, get another box, and he is very happy. So they are simple, but they are not like us. No, we are able to develop our minds. We are able to direct ourselves towards higher and higher goals, right? So, let me share with you this idea. The idea is living life from the inside out, rather than live life looking for attractions, looking for sensual stimulations from the outside world. We ask ourselves, what are we about? What makes us worthwhile? What gives us purpose? And then we follow it. So here in this picture that I found, living from the inside out means strong sense of our own worthiness and capability and confidence, as well as clarity. There is an orientation of hope. We can get better. We will do better. But if we live life from the outside in, we are always chasing objects that will give us some kind of pleasure. It's always, hey, after this, what's for lunch? So we are looking outside, rather than say, after this, I will meditate another 1 hour. That might be a bit much. But anyway, whatever it is, if we look inside, to see what really is worthwhile, it means that our lives, we live it inside, tells us, do this, go outside. Rather than, wait for people to call us, hey, Sunday, dim sum, let's go. Yeah, sure. And then we are directed, attracted to all these things. Okay, next, life is meaningful when you live happily and contented. You are centered, you are anchored in the present moment, which is wonderful. We are not living in the past, we are not living in the future with hopes, we are not living in our memories, we are living in the present moment, here and now. So it gives us, when we do that, our mind doesn't run. We are not going somewhere other than here. So because of that, we develop this sense of well-being. In Pali, hitaya. It's a beautiful word, well-being. You are so well, you do not need anything else. Right? So happiness comes easily when we live contented, guided by the quality of simplicity and moderation. Anything will do for us. We don't need a lot. So there was this time I realized when I was doing a meditation retreat, where you do not have comfortable bed, comfortable chair, you eat what people give you, all right? You meditate the whole day, and there isn't much enjoyment. There's no internet, no TV, no handphone, no nothing, right? So you would think that it is suffering. But the strange thing was, when I went on retreat, after a few days, and the mind starts to settle down, I felt more happy than I have ever been. Because that quietness gave to me a very deep sense of satisfaction. And then you think to yourself, everything that I need is here. What else do you need? Do you really need to check your handphone first thing in the morning when you get up? And before you sleep, look at the handphone, then only sleep? Do you really, really need that? Some of you might say yes. But in actual fact, if we don't do that, and we follow our sense of spirituality, spiritual development, and we quiet ourselves, this quiet happiness is very, very exquisite. It's beautiful. It's not something that you can find in the cities. But when the mind settles down and starts to reside in the present moment, when you are not concerned about, what am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? You just be happy where you are. You will feel this deep quiet and deep sense of peace. So life may throw us a lot of challenges which unbalances us. So to counter that, to make our lives more steady, we need mindfulness. So let us practice this mindfulness, which reveals to us what is actually going on in our minds and in our bodies. It gives us an anchor. So if anything happens, if we are used to being mindful, to living in the present moment, we are not yearning for the past, we are not hoping for some kind of future, we are just happy where we are, it is the safest place to be. And let me mention this, my dear friends. If you're driving on the highway and you meet with an accident and you cannot control it, which I have been. It was a rainy day and I lost control of my car. Just flung on the highway. The safest place to be is in the present moment. Because when you anchor, you settle back into the here and now, even if you die at that moment, you will be born in a better place. The people who start to shout and scream and wail, they are overtaken by anxiety and fear. And therefore, that mind rides the cow that wants to go out the gate. And if your cow is fear and anxiety, you won't be born in a good place. So, your fortress, the safest place to be is in the present moment, in your mind. Okay, then let me share with you what famous meditation Zen master Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh said. He passed away last year, I think, or the year before, last year. He said, take time to eat an orange in mindfulness. If you eat an orange in forgetfulness, you won't know whether it's an orange, apple, pear, or durian. But if you eat it with mindfulness, it will be the most tasty orange you have ever eaten, because you are 100% eating. Have you ever eaten something, then you forget what you're eating, you don't know what you're eating, then you bite your tongue? So all you know is not the taste, but my tongue pained. That's all you know, because you're not there, you're not mindful. So put a section in your mouth, close your mouth mindfully, and with mindfulness, feel the juice coming out of the orange. So, yeah, Venerable Master also said, if you think you don't have time to eat an orange like this, what are you using that time for? Are you using your time to worry or using your time to live? Yeah, good question. So, I'll go on quickly. Life is meaningful when you believe in yourself. Trust in your ability to overcome. So, to have a sense of purpose, you need confidence. It's the key to finding your aspiration. Know yourself. Trust yourself. Love what you do. So with this, I will share my experience. You know, when I was working in the university, we used to have open days. Students will come, potential students will come with their parents. And so I had this girl coming to me. She wanted advice. So I said, she said, I'm very interested in interior architecture. Yeah, so we have interior architecture, interior design. Oh, I like interior architecture. What's the difference? She was asking me. Then suddenly this man appeared next to her and said, no, you are not studying this. You are studying something else. Yeah, I don't mention what, right? And he said, you follow me now to go to that booth. Yeah, and her face dropped and then she followed the father. So I have many instances of my friends. Especially this man I used to work with, yeah, he wanted to study design because he was quite, creatively oriented. But his parents asked him to study law, right? So he went to study law, and on the day of graduation, he took the certificate, gave back to the parents. Here you are, you got the law degree. Now I'm going to do what I want to do, yeah. Well, he was a really wonderful person, and I worked with him a few years. So really, really dedicated to his aspirations. Do not retreat from difficulty. Whenever you feel you are being tested, ask, am I as good at this as I can be? So we learned from both successes and failures. You have the capacity to improve. Life's purpose becomes more certain when you are bolstered by your resilience. And this is something very, very important. Yeah, because when Bhante Rahula, do you know the Mexican monk? Yeah, he had a workshop for Dhamma school teachers in BGF. Yeah, I follow him around. I drove him to Nalanda for a talk also. Yeah, he is such a delightful monk. He said, and this is, I totally agree. After teaching for so many years, I said, Bhante, I agree with this statement. He said, we want to make the lives of our children very comfortable. Very comfortable. We protect them, in fact, from hardship. He says all these things that parents do and the lifestyle that they lead now, which is centered around devices such as the handphone, etc., internet, it makes them very soft. It doesn't make them resilient. They are not tough. And I can tell you that because when my students graduate, yeah, sometimes they come and see me. I'm very happy when they come back to see me. I ask them, where are you working? Yeah, so one of them said, oh, I work at this place, yeah, it's a good place. A few months later, he comes back, how's your work there? Oh, sir, I'm not working there anymore. He said, why? It's only a few months. So I don't like that place. The boss scolds me all the time. So because the boss tells him off, he resigns and goes off to another place. He doesn't like that. He's not used. Yeah, and even when he was with us, yeah, as a student, I seldom scolded him. I should have scolded him more, right? So he said that he can't take it, he doesn't like it. So he will go on from place to place that accommodates his way of living and thinking. He can't take the hard life. This man called Branson, he's CEO of this company called Virgin. Do you know of him? He started that flight to the space. Richard Branson, right. In his life story, he said his mother will pick him up from school. And then 3 miles from the house, ask him to get up. Walk 3 miles back to the house. He said, I'm not going to drive you from school to house. Yeah, 3-4 miles, ask him, please go out, you walk back. And he said, that was just to toughen him, but the walk back, the 3 miles to his house, made him see so many things. And because he saw those things, his mind became very active. And as a businessman, all these memories, seeing and learning and understanding, came back to him. And that made him one of the richest men in the world, because his mother wanted to make life tough for him. So you see, my dear friends, sometimes we want to protect our children so that they don't even have to wash the dishes, iron the clothes. Kakak will do that for you. But it is also worthwhile sometimes, make them wash your car for free. Don't give them money, for washing your car. Ask them to pull out the weeds in the garden for free, because that's their job. Yeah. It makes them more resilient, and tougher. There's this lady, I read her book. I bought a book especially, to read about the growth mindset. And it says, the growth mindset is based on the belief that your basic qualities are things you can cultivate. Some people say, I can do this and I can't do anything else. She says, you can. If you believe that you can learn things, then you can improve. It's the growth mindset, rather than fixed mindset. I can only do this, I don't want to do any other things. So she said, why waste time proving over and over how great you are when you could be getting better? Change can be tough, but I never heard anyone say it wasn't worth it. So sometimes opening yourself up to challenges is very good. So life is meaningful also when you have good, like-minded friends who love, guide, and encourage you. So do you have friends, that you can call up at 3 o'clock in the morning and chit-chat with them, right? Some people will switch off their phone if they know you do it so often. But it's good to have friends that you can call anytime. So there is this African proverb. The African culture is actually very, very advanced. It says, if you go on a journey and if you want to go fast, arrive at your destination very quickly, you go alone. But if you want to go far as you can, you got to go with friends. Because friends will look after you. Friends will be the backbone, that will protect you. So good friends or kalyana mitra are very important. We will not get anywhere without good friends. So make sure you follow trustworthy friends. Friends who can advise you on what is good for you. There are these, have you heard of the blue zones? These are zones on the planet, that the average age is about 98. Average age. And most of them live to be 100 plus. So they are called the world's blue zones. There are 5 of them. There could be more, but scientists have studied these 5. There are one in the US, one in Costa Rica, one in Italy, one in Greece, and one in Okinawa in Japan. They live very, very long lives, and they are not incapacitated. That means they are not stuck in a wheelchair. They do get up and do things, and that is because they look forward to the friendship. They look forward to friends of the same age, that they can go traveling, eating, discussing, chit-chatting with. So good friends are very important. Please don't get stuck in the house, on your own, alone. You need to form a network of good friends. And there is a purpose to it. If your friends and you gather for a purpose, even so much better. Here is one of my teachers, Tanachan Jaya Saro. He said, having been born as a human being, we have within us the capacity to manifest, that means to develop every noble quality, and we must try to do so. We remind ourselves that the great teachers are not automatically great. They are not the owners of these qualities. And sometimes they weren't born with these qualities, but rather these qualities manifested in them through effort. They worked hard at it, and that great teachers are vessels for beautiful, noble qualities. So I'm sure you know Tan Achan. Yeah, he's been here. I will greatly admire him. Yeah, he is the royal. Do you know he's the royal tutor? He teaches Dhamma to the Thai royal family. Yeah. A great position. So in closing, let me share this with you. Meaning makes our lives worthwhile. Without meaning, all we are left with is suffering. If we live our life without real meaning, without real purpose, our life is only directed to our problems. But if we have purpose, we have something to work towards, something to achieve, we don't suffer so much. That's important. Live with live with purpose, and we have to live with meaning. And this is towards the end. I like to share this with you. This man is Dr. Viktor Frankl. He was Jewish. He's now passed away. He was put by the Nazis in the concentration camp, along with his wife and his daughter. They were separated, men one side, women one side. And he noticed, because he's a doctor, he wrote in a book. Eventually, after the war, he started teaching. He was a doctor, a neurologist. So he started teaching, and he wrote in his book that as a doctor, he noticed all these people, these Jewish people that Hitler was trying to destroy. Hitler was trying to get rid of every single Jew in the world. He didn't succeed. He succeeded in killing 6 million, which is pretty good. 6 million is a lot of people, a lot. So Dr. Viktor Frankl said, he noticed that when all these people are brought to the concentration camp, some of them give up hope. They have no hope. No, I'm put here, it's not worthwhile living. He noticed that they died very, very fast. Within 2 months, 3 months, sometimes 4 months, these people pass away. And he noticed also that those who don't die are those people who said, I've got something to live for. And he said his purpose of living was to reunite with his wife and his daughter. He would never give up. He wanted to see them, sometime in the future, of course, in the future. When the war is over, he wanted to see them again. He had so, strong love for them. So that kept him alive. Through about 3 to 4 years of suffering, he still lived. The rest, 3 to 4 months, die. They don't care. No, I'm here, I better die. They have no reason to live. So when we see that also with people who have a terminal disease, if they have a purpose, chances are, even though they have this disease, they will live longer because they want to fulfill something. They want to achieve something before they die. So it's a sad thing in Siang Chye Buddhist Association, where I also go to. There was this young boy, Form 5, he found out he had leukemia at the beginning of the year. In Form 5, important exam is SPM. So he had one wish. And this is quite strange for a student. He wanted to sit for SPM. He said, please, no matter how it goes, how things go with my treatment, I want to take SPM. But unfortunately, his karma not good. So just a week or 2 before SPM, he passed away. So life sometimes doesn't give us what we want. But it is still important to develop this sense of purpose. So that when we wake up in the morning, we know what we are supposed to do. Rather than be like my friend, okay, I wake up, which coffee shop am I going to go to? Right? There's no purpose, no direction in that. So Dr. Viktor Frankl said this, and I'm sure you will agree with him. He said, when a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. They will find something to enjoy, because there's no meaning in their life. There's nothing to pull the energy together. So they said, let me enjoy this. Let me go to this place for dim sum. Yeah. And then after that, bak kut teh. Yeah. And then after that, prawn mee. And then, next day. That's their life. Yeah. Pleasure only. And so it doesn't get them very, very far. Yeah. Because I have seen, family, friends, when they live like that, they don't last very long. And they get a lot of physical diseases as well. So, therefore, you are the author of your own life story. What do you want your story to be? You can direct yourself in the direction you most want. First of all, calm your mind and then think, what were you and when were you most happy and satisfied? What were you doing? Yeah. How did it affect you? Next question, be aware of your life situation. Is there anything more you hope to achieve? How do you feel most fulfilled? Are there more growing experiences to go through? So you ask yourself these questions, it might help you find your purpose. When you leave this world, and this is the most important, can you say you have put in your best effort to make it a better place for yourself and other living beings? And this is a good question. Did you really try to make things better? In spite of all the challenges, in spite of all the problems, did you really try to make things better for yourself, your family, your community? Yeah, important. So, last one, my most constant directed sales pitch. Yeah, you know Venerable Bhikkhu Bodhi. He said, one of the great blessings of the Buddhist teachings is the remedy it can offer for the problem of meaninglessness. No meaning. Buddhist teachings fight directly, destroy meaninglessness. So widespread in human life today. The Dhamma can serve as a source of meaning primarily because it provides us with two requisites for a meaningful life. These two things, if you stick to it, if you work on it, will give you meaning, definitely. Number one, an ultimate goal for which to live and the way to live it. A clear-cut but flexible set of instructions. What to do, how to do. What else do you want? Yeah? Go back to the Four Noble Truths, Noble Eightfold Path. It's already clear. So this, my dear friends, is what makes me happy. You have given me this chance, to contribute, to share. And it makes me really happy. Anyway, I always remember Babs as a place of happiness because I practice here under Brother Patrick Kearney for 8 days. And those 8 days were very, very good practice. So whenever I think of Babs, Brother Chi Wat invite me. No matter how busy, I will try to find time to come back to this building. So, by which we can advance towards the goal from whatever station in life we start from. So the Buddha has provided it to us. The only thing is, you need to find it meaningful enough, purposeful enough. So, keep studying. We need the study, the pariyati. We need the practice, the patipati. And eventually, when you get a glimpse of the Dhamma, when you get a glimpse, an experience of what the Buddha said, is the goal, or is waiting for you. And it will happen in stages. It doesn't overnight, boom, like that. When you get a clearer glimpse of what is real, then you will find this is the best path. This is the best goal to achieve. So with that, I'd like to thank you for your kind attention, for inviting me again. Let us live a happy life full of meaning so that we are imbued, so that we always recall our sense of purpose.